Hello everyone, myself Shweta Manikeri, working as an assistant professor in Computer Science Department in Government First Grade College, Bangapet. Operating system is a syllabus for BCA third semester for Bangalore North University. This is session 10. Today's session objectives are multiple processor scheduling. In multiple processor scheduling, types of multiple processor scheduling and the concepts processor affinity and load balancing and real-time scheduling and types of real-time scheduling. Let us understand these concepts in detail for today's session. As the name itself suggests, multiple processor means more than one processor or more than one CPU. In multiple processor scheduling, multiple CPUs are present and hence the load or work will be shared among these CPUs. Means the work or the task or processor will be assigned with more than one CPUs and the work will be shared among these CPUs. For example, if a lecturer assign a work to three students to clean the entire campus, one of the student will clean the classrooms and another students may clean the office rooms and garden area and another student may clean the entire corridor and all. Like that, each work will be shared by these three students. Like that, in multiple processor scheduling, more than one CPUs will be available. Hence, the task or processes will be shared among these CPUs. Because of this, the work done will be very quickly and the response from the system is very quickly and the task will be completed within the stipulated time because of presence of more than one CPUs. All of the modern CPU systems will have more than one CPUs. Most of our servers system, they are having higher end machines. They will be having more than one CPUs. Because of this, they will take a request from multiple clients and that work will be done and they will be given response very quickly. Because they are having more than one CPUs. Most of our modern operating systems, they are having with a multi-core. The core is nothing but multiple processors within the one system. Like that, multiple processor scheduling will be having more than one CPUs and each CPU will perform a work and the load will be shared among these CPUs. In multiple processor scheduling, CPU scheduling is more complex when multiple CPUs are present because it is having more than one CPU and it is more complex compared to other scheduling because of presence of more than CPU and the overhead will be also more. And these are homogeneous processor, means similar kind of processor. Each will be having similar characteristic, similar kind of functionality within a multiprocessor. Homo means similar kind of processor present on the multiprocessor. Each CPU will be exactly similar. In multiple processor scheduling, there are two types. One is asymmetric multiprocessing and symmetric multiprocessing. In asymmetric multiprocessing, only one processor accesses the system data structure and memory, other input-output devices, elevating the need for data sharing. Means here one of the process will act as a owner and other processor will act as a slave. Whatever work will be assigned by the owner will be distributed among these slaves. Whatever work will assign the owner, that work will be done by the slaves. Like that in asymmetric. It is not in a symmetric. One of the process will act as a owner, other process will act as a slave. Whatever work will be assigned by the owner will be done by these slaves. and only one processor will have access to the system data structure, memory and input output devices. In symmetric multiprocessing, each processor is exactly important and each processor will be having self-scheduling and all processes in common ready queue, and or each has its own private queue of ready processes. Means each processor will have a equal importance and each processor will be self-scheduling and all the work will be shared among these multi-processor. But in asymmetric, only one processor will have access to entire system data structure. Others will be, whatever work will be shared by the main processor will be done. In symmetric multiprocessing, each processor is exactly similar and having equal importance and equal work will be assigned to them. This is how the system is having two CPUs, and whatever system is having the memory, it will be firstly accessed by the CPU which is residing on the same system, and one of the CPU have a slow access from the memory of another CPU. Like that it will be work in the multiple processor scheduling. Processor affinity is nothing but the affinity means the attraction. The processor have an affinity for the processor on which it is currently running. The processor will have affinity of the processor which on them it is currently running, executing. For example, the magnet has the attraction towards the iron things. Like that, the processor will has the affinity on which the process which is running. In another example, the person is staying in his own home, has affinity towards his home. He is not having any affinity towards another's home. Like that, the processor affinity means the processors have an affinity for the processor on which it is currently running or executing. Processor affinity will be categorized into two types. One is soft affinity and hard affinity. When an operating system has a policy of attempting to keep a process running on the same processor but not guaranteeing it will do so, this situation we call it as a soft affinity. And hard affinity allows a process to specify a subset of processor on which it may run. Load balancing is nothing but the load or work will be shared, balanced. Load balancing is the phenomena which keeps the workload evenly distributed across all processors in a symmetric multiprocessor system. Mainly this load balancing is seen in symmetric multiprocessor system. Means each processor is equally important and the work will be shared among these processors. That's why the load will be balanced among these processors. Whatever the lecturer assigns a task to 3 students, the 3 students are equally important and whatever they are equally responsible to do the task. Like that, the work will be equally shared among these 3 students. Like that, the load balancing is the workload evenly distributed across all processors in a symmetric multiprocessing system. In load balancing, we have 2 types: push migration and pull migration. In push migration, periodic task checks load on each processor and if found, pushes task from overloaded CPU to other CPUs. Whichever CPU is overloaded with a task, that task will be pushed to other CPUs which are not idle or not having any other process. in push migration, the task will be from the overloaded CPU to shift to the CPU which is not having any task. In pull migration, idle processor means the processes which are now idle, not having any task or processes, pulls waiting task from busy processor. Whichever the processor will having a waiting task, that task will be pulled by the idle processors. This mechanism is called as a pull migration. Real-time scheduling is mainly seen in the real-time operating system. Real-time systems are equally important in real-time tasks to happen, where the time constraint is very important. They will work according to the real time. They carry the real-time task need to be performed immediately with a certain degree of urgency, where the time constraint is very crucial. They have to give a very quick response compared to other systems. These real-time systems are mainly seen in the real-time operating system, and the examples for real-time systems are traffic lights, traffic controls, air traffic controls, and online reservations, computer games, robotics, where the urgencies and the task will be performed within the real time, and they have to perform the task within the fixed time constraint. If the process will not complete its task within the time constraint, that process will be considered as unsuccessful. Like that, these real-time systems are very important. They have to perform the task within the limited time constraint or fixed time constraints. In real-time scheduling, there are two types. One is hard real-time systems and soft real-time systems. In hard real-time systems require to complete a critical task within a guaranteed amount of time, where the time is fixed, and within that stipulated time that work should be done. If the work will not complete within the critical task, it will be considered as an unsuccessful system or process. In soft real-time computing requires that critical processes receive priority over less fortunate ones. Here the process will be categorized into higher priority and lower priority. Whichever process with the immediate requirement will be processed first. Whichever process have a less priority will be completed later. Like that, in soft real time, always the critical process will be processed first over the less fortunate ones. Let us have a recap whatever we studied for today's session. Today we understand about the multiple processor scheduling. In multiple processor scheduling, we understand asymmetric multiple processor scheduling and symmetric multiple processor scheduling, and process affinity and load balancing, and real-time scheduling. What are the types of real-time scheduling and the examples for real-time scheduling. These are the references you can go through. Thank you DCA for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.